In an increasingly noisy world, where words are often lost or misinterpreted, there is an ancestral, powerful, and above all, silent form of communication. We talk about hugs, that gesture that, at first glance, may seem trivial, but which hides a universe of meanings and benefits. Think for a moment, when was the last time a tight hug managed to calm an internal storm, or celebrated a joy so genuinely that words would be insufficient? This physical contact, this shared human warmth, is much more than a simple greeting. It is an invisible bridge that connects souls, that offers comfort in moments of pain, security in the face of fear, and joy in achievements. It's a language we all understand instinctively, an emotional heritage we've carried since our earliest days. And it is exactly this silent power, this transformative force of the embrace, that we will unveil together. So how does this simple physical contact turn into something so meaningful? At first glance, it may seem like just a social custom, a formality, something we do almost automatically. But if we look closer with an open heart, we realize that each hug carries an intention, a unique energy. It's not just skin touching skin, it is a silent dialogue where emotions are exchanged and understood almost instantly, often more clearly than any speech. Science is even beginning to decipher this magic. Studies show that a sincere hug releases oxytocin, the famous love hormone, which can relieve stress, reduce blood pressure, and strengthen emotional bonds. But beyond the fascinating chemistry, there is the validation of feeling welcomed, the comforting certainty of not being alone. It's as if, for a few precious moments, the outside world stopped, and there was only that safe, warm refuge where we felt truly seen and accepted. This refuge, this feeling of welcome that we have just explored, often begins in the simplest and most spontaneous forms of contact. And this is where the friendly hug comes in, our fundamental starting point to understand the different nuances of this very human gesture. Think about that chance meeting with a friend you haven't seen in a while, that quick but sincere touch, or the warm greeting to a colleague after a small achievement at work. This is the hug that breaks the ice, that reaffirms bonds without the need for major verbal declarations. It may be lighter, often shorter than other types of hugs, but it is no less meaningful. On the contrary, it carries with it a pure energy of recognition, of genuine joy at the reunion, of a simple and powerful, "It's good to see you." It is the basis of our social affective language, the first step in the rich ladder of physical connection we build with the world around us, establishing trust and well-being. And if the friendly hug is the soul's first handshake, what about that hug that involves us with a little more intensity, more presence? We talk about a firm hug. It is not just a passing greeting. It's a silent and powerful declaration of, "I'm here for you." Have you already felt the difference? That contact that lasts a few seconds longer, where arms tighten with a conviction that conveys immediate security, like a safe haven in a choppy tide. This is the hug we often instinctively seek in moments of vulnerability, or that we offer when words seem too small to express our sincere support. It is a gesture of deep empathy, where firmness is not brute force, but the comforting solidity of a friendly shoulder, the palpable certainty that we are not alone on our journey. More than comfort, a firm hug also signals mutual openness, a safe space where defenses can fall and truer emotions can be shared without fear. And if the firm embrace already offers us a safe harbor, what happens when that harbor invites us to anchor for longer, to really linger there? We then enter the sacred territory of the long embrace. Here, time as we know it seems to dissolve. Have you ever experienced that feeling of eternity in an instant? The seconds stretch, and in this slow pace, the connection deepens in an almost transcendental way, weaving stronger invisible bonds. It's not just being present, it is immersing yourself in the presence of the other. A mutual surrender. It's feeling someone else's breath, the beat of their heart in a shared rhythm that calms and deeply comforts, like a lullaby for the soul. This is the hug that speaks of undone longing, of love that overflows without words, of a comfort so deep that no words could reach. It is a space where souls recognize each other and allow themselves to be entirely vulnerable, safe and welcomed in a silence that says it all, that heals and connects in an indelible way. And from that deep and shared silence of the long embrace, from that surrender where souls touch each other in such a pure way, another language can emerge, almost like a whisper, one that pulses with a different energy. We now talk about the intimate hug, the one that leaves no doubt about the present attraction. It's a step further on the scale of physical connection, where the vulnerability of a lingering embrace meets the spark of desire. Here, the body contact tends to be more complete, more involving, and the intention is clear, almost palpable in the air. It's not just consolation or friendship, it is a dance of bodies that recognize and seek each other, a physical expression of the chemistry that boils between two people. Have you ever felt that hug that seems to say, without a single word, "I want you"? It carries a subtle electricity, a silent promise of something more, transforming the simple act of hugging into a direct bridge to passion. But what if we said that beyond all these nuances and types of hugs that we explored, from friendly to intimate, there is a dimension that amplifies the power of each one of them? We talk about the art of conscious connection. It's not just about which hug you offer or receive, but the depth of your presence, the genuine intention you place in that gesture. Have you ever stopped to think about how the same type of hug can be felt in radically different ways, depending on the delivery of the person giving it? It is this full attention, this truly being there with an open heart and awakened senses, that transforms the embrace of a social ritual into a powerful bridge of soul communication, a real exchange of energies and feelings. Cultivating this awareness is unlocking the maximum potential of the hug, making each contact a unique and deeply meaningful experience. And by cultivating this awareness, this full presence in each encounter, we not only amplify the individual magic of each gesture, as we have seen, but we open the doors to a universe of genuine connections. It stops being a mechanical act and becomes a conscious choice, a decision to truly connect, to feel, and to be felt. Have you ever imagined the impact if every hug exchanged was permeated by this intention? If, instead of rushing, we found space for real presence, instead of formality, the warmth of feeling. By embracing like this, with an open heart, we are not just offering comfort to the other, we are nourishing our own soul, weaving a web of affection that sustains us and reminds us of our shared humanity. May this journey through the nuances of hug inspire us to transform each moment into a precious opportunity to weave deeper bonds, truly embracing authentic connections.